Highest divorce rates, 2 women. Lowest divorce rates, 2 men. Highest rates of domestic violence, 2 women. Lowest rates of domestic violence, 2 men. 75 to 80% of divorces filed by women. Top reasons: boredom, unhappiness, no longer compatible. Highest rates for maltreatment of children by women.
Today we're taking a look at modern women getting a reality check as more men decide that protecting their peace is the better option. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's jump straight into it.
You know, I don't see the male loneliness epidemic as women walking away from men. I actually see it as us creating space for men to step in to positions of leading their own lives the way that they want to lead their own lives, right? Because any man who is genuinely interested in creating a relationship with a woman understands that there are things that you need to do to make yourself desirable. The power that men can get from picking up a book and reading it is unbelievable. And I don't think that men realize that the more educated you become around what women are looking for and what they're interested in, the better their outcomes will be. It is literally the equivalent of pain point marketing in the marketing world and in the social media space. We look at what pain points our clients are suffering with. We look at what their goals are, and we adjust our messaging to those things so that we can attract more of those people in. And I think it's the exact same when we apply it to the male loneliness epidemic. If men are so interested in finding a partner in which research has shown that men are happier, they make more money, and they have a better longevity and better quality of life when they are in a relationship with a woman, then that's something that they should probably learn to do in order to find a woman who they want to settle with. And so actually, I think it's a really empowering...
This woman talks as if men need her approval to enjoy their own lives. That's a strange argument coming from someone who keeps claiming men are the ones missing out. She points to studies saying men benefit from relationships and uses that as proof they should keep trying harder. But a lot of men looked at the situation and decided peace was the better deal. And has she ever considered that maybe women are simply choosing the healthiest and most successful men for long-term relationships? That couldn't possibly be the reason, right?
Okay, can we really talk about for 1 minute, why are men not approaching women in the bars anymore? Are you guys really that scared? Because we strictly go to the bars because we literally want to be approached. I'm not there just to hang out with my friends. Yes, I want to see my friends, but I am also there because I want to talk to people. I feel the whole oh, I've been rejected once and now I'm terrified. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what they all effing say, and I'm like, okay, fine. Then you're never gonna meet your wife.
No, right? Just try.
Have them being single.
Have you guys not been rejected by other things in your life, like a job or whatever, school?
And you keep applying.
We're not gonna bite. We want to be approached and we want to talk to you. Just read the room.
You're gonna find the right girls that are either, yes, I'll entertain you for the night, or I'll go out on a date with you, or I'll fucking marry you.
Literally.
At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just fucking make a move, and who gives a fucking shit?
Because you're always gonna be in the same spot. I also feel you guys have to remember, all girls, all they want is to be in a relationship or to be married. That's a lot of girls' goals. So it's you can, if you're approaching the wrong girl, then yeah, she's probably gonna reject you. And I'm sorry if it's in a mean way, but at the same time, it's know what you're approaching and know what your league is in order to approach. And then make sure that you guys, she's looking at you or something. Don't just cold approach her. Then you might get rejected. But just remember that girls want to be approached.
A whole car full of women wonders why men stopped approaching, yet not one of them considers whether they might be part of the reason. They admit they go out expecting to be approached, but still can't understand why it's no longer happening. Now the advice is that men should know their league before making a move, which is ironic coming from people asking men to approach more often. Most guys already did the math and decided the risk simply isn't worth it.
Okay, so I need y'all to be dead but honest. Do I look mean? Do I look mean or unapproachable? Because I'm trying to figure it out. I've been going to the gym for 3 years now, and one guy has approached me in the gym. One guy. I can name the situation. One guy. And I've never had a girl come up to me and want to be my friend, which is not their problem, not their fault. I'm not expecting anyone to approach me, but I feel I'm always approaching others and talking to others. So I'm there's gotta be something wrong. Why do people not want to talk to me? And not in a sappy way, I'm genuinely curious. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I'm literally wearing bright pink right now. Is that not approachable? I think it is, okay? I don't know.
Men are not approaching you at the gym because of two reasons. Number one, you are attractive, and that is intimidating. And not just that it's intimidating, but his risk versus reward is higher with you. Just by looking at you, he knows that he has a higher likelihood of getting rejected and having a negative consequence to just saying hi to you. And then the second part of that is that this is his gym space. This is where he gets a workout in. This is probably his favorite gym. Like, he's probably been to other gyms in the area, and he doesn't want to ruin his space. He wants to be able to continue to go there. He has a set schedule. It's difficult to change that schedule. Therefore, he would probably end up having to switch gyms, and he doesn't want to do that.
She's been going to the gym for 3 years without being approached, and assumes it's because of what she's wearing. In reality, many men know that approaching a woman during her workout can easily end with being recorded and labeled a creep. Most would rather avoid that altogether.
New hat. I know y'all be like, why she got so many hats? Because I told y'all I don't be having my wig on. It's not my life. Anyway, here go my question. This is what I want to know. So, online, I noticed that men will approach. They'll be like, hey, how you doing? You know, I want to be your man. But out on the street, I want to know where y'all get so much courage for the internet. That's what I want to know. Because I be out in the world all the time. You hear me? Like, I don't even put clothes on no more. That's how uninterested I am in being approached. Or being bothered. Like, I know it sounds horrible, but I'm being honest. And nobody approaches me. Nobody is saying, hey, how you doing? Excuse me, ma'am, would you like for me to pump your gas? Excuse me, ma'am, your tire looks low. Do you want to pull over so I can put some air in your tire? Nobody does any of the things that the people online. So I want to know, like, what it is about the internet that makes y'all so confident and comfortable to where y'all interact with women the way that y'all do. I mean, I think it's admirable. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. By no means. No, like, what makes you more comfortable to approach a woman on the internet versus in person? And I want y'all to be honest, because when I'm outside and I do have clothes on, if I am going to a birthday party, it does have to be very important for me to have clothes and a wig on. I want to know, like, because I don't get approached. Those are the days. I won't say men are intimidated. I will not. I hear people say that all the time. I don't like that. No, like, I don't. Like, even in, like, social settings, banquets or galas or things like that. Like, I'm not the girl that gets approached. So, I just want to know, like, what's the difference between in real life and the internet? Y'all help me out with that.
She actually makes a fair point when she admits that men weigh the risks before saying hello. Plenty of guys just want to get their workout done without risking their gym membership or becoming someone's social media content.
This epidemic, and here's the thing, I don't think we have a male loneliness epidemic. I think what we have is a male laziness epidemic. And I don't mean in the sense of like, oh, he's not planning a date, which obviously does exist. I think men in some cases like that are very lazy. But what I mean is that these men are just too lazy to do the emotional labor that women do over and over and over again. Like, it's not an uncommon thing to talk about how after a breakup, women sit with their feelings, they feel their feelings, they process, they analyze, whatever, then they move on. And then when they start their next relationship is like they're healed. Men do the opposite, that they probably dive into their next relationship or they distract themselves. And guess what? They do that because it's easy. Meaning it is lazy of them not to address their feelings. But also I mean the laziness epidemic, because if men did what women do, they put an effort into their friendships, they planned outings, they planned events, they started book clubs or TV clubs or whatever. If men did that, then all of a sudden, guess what? They wouldn't be lonely. And it's not that men are inherently lonely and women aren't. It's that women are not lazy. They put in the effort to make sure that they feel whole and complete. And that's my TED Talk.
She wonders why men are confident in DMs but quiet in person. Maybe, just maybe, they're simply not interested in approaching you. And honestly, online messages are completely different from real-life interactions. She even admits that she rarely gets approached at formal events and refuses to believe it's because men are intimidated. Fair enough. But a much simpler explanation is that many men can tell when they're already being judged before they even speak. Most guys evaluate the situation first and decide that walking over just isn't worth the potential outcome.
How are you getting yourself out of a pattern of flaking on dates? Like, low-key, even if it's a perfect date setup, like, I just do so much on the day-to-day that I'm exhausted by the time date night comes around. And the thought of having to go on a date with a man, put on my best self, do my makeup, do my hair, hold conversations, just sounds exhausting. So like, I quite often do end up flaking on dates. I think this is also partly because the men selection is like not great. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm having to convince myself to go on a date with this guy, you know? How are we convincing ourselves to not flake on?
Calling this a laziness epidemic is honestly pretty funny. Trying to shame or insult men into approaching women doesn't exactly sound like an effective strategy if the goal is to encourage them.
Guys, I'm low-key freaking out. I just reactivated my Hinge and I haven't been really like scrolling. And I forgot about the app. So today I just went on and I have a few likes. Oh, guys, I'm 37. I just want to meet someone who's like my age. Like give or take 35 to 40 would be. But I am getting likes from either like 50-something-year-olds or 23-year-olds. Am I doomed? Like, are all men my age married? Did I miss the window? Do I only have option of raising a boy into a man or just dating a divorcee with 2 kids and he's getting a second wind in life? I don't know. I'm freaking.
Her checklist includes being 6'3", attractive, educated, able to cook, clean, and basically have everything together, all while expecting that man to choose her. A guy who checks every one of those boxes has plenty of options already. He's not just waiting around hoping someone notices him.
I honestly think the bar in dating is just so fucking low, it's insane. I mean, we're celebrating men who walk us home, who don't split the bill, who actually ask us questions about ourselves, who text back in a day and age where we pretty much live on our phones and spend hours and hours scrolling through stupid shit. We celebrate men who don't push us into physical intimacy, who are willing to wait. We praise them for opening the door, getting you flowers on your birthday once a year. We praise them for picking us up on a date, for being able to plan a date in order for them to seduce you and pursue you. I mean, seriously, and then we go and complain that people are fucking lazy. I mean, please, let's make it even easier on them. Let's just celebrate the fact that they can actually...
At 37, she jumps back into dating and seems surprised that many men her age are already taken. Nobody shut the door on her. The men she once overlooked simply moved on with their lives.
We're going to singles mixer night, and this
As a pair.
and these are our predictions.
Someone is going to make a pickup line about the Canadian wildfire. Yeah. Hey girl, is you a Canadian wildfire? Because you take my breath away.
I predict that about 5 to 10 guys are going to ask for Snapchat and or Instagram.
I predict that someone's going to ask us if we're sisters because they don't have a better pickup line, even though we look nothing alike.
I predict that at least 2 guys are going to pretend that they're Swifties, but then they're going to say that their favorite song is Love Story, so then I'll just know that they're doing it just because they think I'm cute.
How dare they?
Here's my prediction, okay? I'm viewing 10 years into the future, and I smell cat pee and cat food. I'm sensing that you're going to get with so many guys, but every single time you find a good one, you get the tiniest ick over every single tiny thing. You saw one guy that drank from a straw one time and you dumped him. I'm having revelations.
I'm going to a singles event tomorrow night, and I'm nervous.
I think people meet at meetups more often than people meet at singles events because of the way the thing is structured.
Hi, I'm 23 and I've never had a boyfriend.
Okay, I turned 40 this year and I've never been in love. I've never been in a...
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as the truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I organized a fishing for love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups specifically about hunting, fishing, camping, country life, and all local to my area. I know that my post reached over 12,000 people specific to the age group, the gender, and the interest that I just described. And yet, no man RSVP.
Let's just be real about this, okay? You need to think about the kind of people that would even go to a singles event like this, and especially for the women. I haven't even watched this video, but I can basically guarantee you every single one of them that we're going to see is like 30 plus, 35 plus, and men around this age range of, 30 to 35. All of them have basically settled down already, or they're hitting their dating peak, or they're just getting so many options, they don't even have to go out there like that.
She criticizes women for praising men who hold doors open, then immediately complains that men have become lazy. Meanwhile, men are watching her mock the exact behavior she claims she wants.
Highest divorce rates, 2 women. Lowest divorce rates, 2 men. Highest rates of domestic violence, 2 women. Lowest rates of domestic violence, 2 men. 75 to 80% of divorces filed by women. Top reasons: boredom, unhappiness, no longer compatible. Highest rates for maltreatment of children by women. Women consume social media at a far higher rate than men. Women are also 3 times more likely to deal with mental health issues than men. When you share these statistics, you are automatically labeled a misogynist pick-me who hates women, but fortunately, I care more about truth than being accepted by the sisterhood. I'm also not a girl's girl, I'm a woman's woman, which means taking radical responsibility and accountability for my own gender. And the truth is, we have a lot of work to do. What has happened instead is not only my generation, but the generations of women before us just constantly blame and deflect everything on men. You'll hear them say, well, if the men were good, if the men were better, if the men were more masculine, then we would be better women. And that's an extremely entitled take to say that your virtue only relies on men in society. With that attitude, you will actually never attract the men that you claim to want in society. If you are living a debaucherous lifestyle as a woman, you cannot turn around and say, it's men's fault that I don't have anyone to marry. It's men's fault that the dating pool is messed up. No, it's your fault. The best thing that you can do in your life is just to say, everything is my fault, and start taking radical responsibility for your own life, instead of blaming and deflecting.
It's wild how so many women gather to make fun of the men who might attend their social events, only for the footage to show that the men never showed up in the first place. The very guys they're laughing at simply chose not to attend, and that answers the question they're asking. She even organized a fishing event aimed specifically at men across numerous outdoor groups, and only women signed up. That result speaks for itself, even if she refuses to acknowledge it.
I'm at this cafe that I really like, and I'm witnessing a first date. He came a little bit earlier, so he got himself a coffee, and then she came, and she went inside to get herself her drink. I think this is so unattractive that he didn't even go inside and get her a bottle of water. I think it's just such a turn off.
What this woman is saying actually makes sense, but let's be honest. Most of the people who need to hear it probably won't pay any attention. It'll likely go in one ear and out the other.
Who told all the men that it was okay to be so bulky and nonchalant?
First of all, you didn't mind your own business. Second, whatever happened to men and women being equals? A lot of people would argue that modern feminism played a major role in changing traditional chivalry. She watches a stranger on a date and decides that because he didn't rush to grab a bottle of water, chivalry must be dead. Women often say they want to be treated as independent, yet here she is upset because a man treated a woman exactly that way. That's about as classic as it gets.